Hi here. So today I'm going to do a review of, let me see if I can pull this up. This is a little talk I'm watching, blah blah blah. So today I wanted to do like an introductory review and kind of overview of this. This is a new deal that Plugin Alliance is running that is sick. Yeah, they just had a sale for their plugin bundle. I got it for $200 a year. I think it goes for $250 a year now. That's still a sick deal, and I'm going to show you why. Right? So basically, the idea is they're doing a subscription now, where you can just pay a monthly or yearly fee, and you just get everything they make, which is ridiculous. So yeah, this is like all the stuff that you get, right? So all kinds of compressors. This metric AB thing that's like a mix AB plugin that's been really handy. Bunch of amp stuff, distortion, saturation, channel strips. I want to do reviews of each of these individual things at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to do like an overview of everything. I was playing around with MasterDesk. This thing is awesome just because it's so simple. It's so easy to use. Yeah, metering, panning, more compressors. This is really interesting. Like, with some pedal stuff, a couple reverbs. Oh, these Elysia compressors were another standout. So yeah, I mean, it just kind of keeps going. There's a couple synths in here too that rock. These Mag Audio EQs bang. Like, there's a lot of things. All right, there's a lot to be had in here. And frankly, I kind of decided I wanted to do some reviews just so I can go through it. Like, this is partially for me. Like, I want to be able to go through this stuff and just be like, like really get into how it works and be able to explain it and all that and help other people kind of take a bite. But yeah, so far this whole package is like, it's incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. So let me open up some of the stuff we have, just so I could show you, right? So there's a little track that I did a couple years ago that I'm not, super happy with the mix on, but whatever. Maybe we can remix it. Who knows? But so anyway, this was also a great excuse. Since I got this thing, then I think it's a total of 117 plugins, right? Which is great. Christmas came early this year. So I just went in and made folders for all these things, right? Maybe we'll do another video about how to organize plugins in Ableton. That would be a good idea, but I could do that right after this. I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, yeah. So basically, I took all the plugins I already was using pretty regularly. Like I use a bunch of Wave stuff. I got a couple of the sound toys, some other odds and ends, and I just I organize them in this way. All my VSTs here, but yeah. So just like, man, it's like where do I start with this? Like, there's so many good ones. Just the channel strips alone are really powerful in this package. Like this is the Waves SSL thing. All right, let's just load this up so you can see. Yeah, so this is the Waves one. This is an old standby. This is really good. I still use this. It has like a vibe that I think is pretty practical. But that being said, now if we go to the Brainworks ones, which are included in that Plugin Alliance bundle, little bit bigger interface, a little bit heavier on the CPU, but I kind of like that it's bigger. My eyes kind of suck, so, but whatever. So you get this, that's like the E series one. You also get the G series one, and there's some cool options where you can modify each of these. And they do sound different than the Waves. I can't say better or worse, but whatever. So it's like you get all these channel strips. I have compressors on compressors on compressors for days now. In addition to like the ones I already had, my Wave shit and my UAD. So yeah, DS, okay, cool. A couple delays. Not really heavy. I'd say this pack is like really good if you're looking to stock up on compressor stuff. Right? There's like a bunch of good ones in here. The channel strips are worth it. EQ, goddamn. Yo. EQ for days. Yo, crazy, crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of good. Not all of this is in the pack. Like the UAD stuff was mine, right? This is Waves, but like these SPL Johns are in there. What else we got? Yeah, Millennia. Yo, this Maggie Q. Good God. Let me just. I know this isn't a plugin review, but this airband thing, yo. You can boost the highs so much. And it sounds like butter. But anyway, that's worth its own. That's worth its own thing. But yeah, so yeah, tons of EQ, like tons of EQ. What else we got? Filters, yeah, a couple filter options. Nothing crazy there. But oh, this is a good category too. There's a lot of good guitar and bass amp emulations. Like these Ampeg things are cool. So just like good emulations of amps are always good. This is a nice. Let me see. This is a cool tool. Shred Spread by Brainworks, right? It's a stereo tool to just widen a guitar take. So I'll definitely be using that. Neat the interface. Whoo, look at it go. Dun dun dun. Right. So that's a pretty cool tool that I did not have in the arsenal. What are the other big categories? So yeah, this is a category that I would call like creative effects. Some things that are or stuff that doesn't neatly fit into its own category, or some kind of utility sorts of things. Like this is where I put my de-essers. Dverb plugin. This is kind of interesting, right? It's like the opposite of a transient shaper. So I could see some creative uses for this too, just making stuff a little bit more punchy. Let me see what else. What else would be good to just stereo maker. In general, Brainworks is really really sick with like the stereo plugins, and like everything has mid-side processing, everything, which is awesome. It gives you so much more control. So yeah, that's one thing I would say. Like mid-side game in 2020 is gonna be strong, right? These unfiltered audio things are pretty neat. Let me just open up a couple of these. Yeah, this is a filter plugin that wild. Yes. The presets are pretty good, right? So I mean, I'm definitely gonna be using this. Hell yeah, these are cool. What is this? I don't even know what this does. Oh, it's like a distortion plugin. All right. Cool. Right, yeah, so a bunch of neat stuff here. Yeah, that's a cool category. Mastering. If you do in the box mastering, as I do, this is very good. Bus compressor, master desk. This is sick. Brainworks, right? Very, very easy to use plugin. Just if you need to bang out a quick I might actually use this on a final master, depending on what kind of shape it's in. Like some of these resonance filters are cool, but I don't really dig how you like can't change these frequencies. But whatever, I get that what this is. This is like a tool, to be able to just bang out something quick. I'll probably end up using this if I just need to do a quick mix for something, or like a club mix on a track that I haven't had time to really hit with the fine-tooth comb. Very, very good for that. Possibly even like a real master if you're doing like a record for somebody. I could definitely see myself using that. The Shadow Hills Mastering Compressor, Legendary. Oh, there it is, right? I think this is like a $7,000 box if you want to buy the real thing. Very cool. It's kind of like two compressors in one, right? There's like an opto compressor, and then I think it's like a FET discrete compressor, like built into the same box, so you have a lot of control in terms of how you shape transients and that kind of stuff. So there's that kind of stuff. This Vertigo Box is really cool. Distortion plugin. Let me put it up for a little bit quicker. Yeah, it lets you like mix different types of distortion, to just give it that little kind of saturated, that little fuzz on top of everything that makes it so delicious. Metering, great category, right? I had a couple meters that I liked. Probably my favorite two are this, right? The metric AB. Basically what this lets you do is your A is your DAW, what you're working on, and your B, could be any one of these little slots, which you can load up a reference into, right? Plus, you get some analysis tools, so you can reference your reference track versus what's actually happening in the DAW, right? So I mean, this is just a nice utility that's a little bit cleaner than doing what I usually do, which is like dumping my references and the extra tracks. That it works, but that can get a little messy. It's nice having this just here, that you can drop this on a track or your master and just, you know, only dip into that when you need it. But the other one, the SPL Hawkeye Meter, this is crazy. Interface is cool, but yeah, I mean, this just shows you so much in one place. This is the kind of thing I could see, you know, just having on like my other monitor, you know, just while I mix, just kind of up the whole time. You know, because you get some spectrum analysis, stereo fields. You know, I like that it has a loops meter built right in here, right? So we just have a couple different things, like mid-side metering here. This is great. Like, so it's just great to have so much in one place. I'm definitely gonna. Well, I have been using this actually. This is really good. Let me see what else. I haven't even opened this yet. The Brainworks meter. Levels meter, cool. When you don't want the whole kitchen sink situation, right? We have that. So again, this one I haven't really played around with yet. Okay, so this is like some width control, nice. I could see a use for that, right? Cool. Let me see here, modulation plugins. This pack, if I'm gonna be critical, it's a little light on that kind of stuff. I mean. Not really, sort of. Like, there's some stuff where you can do that in this, like, creative category, but just, like, you know, dedicated modulation, like, this is a flanger. They don't have as much of that. You know, I'm trying to see what else. There's a bunch of pedal plugins. I'm probably not going to use these a ton, but it's cool to have. The pedal, I mean, mostly because pedal interfaces are very easy to use. Like, something like this, right? If you just want some distortion, I know a tube screamer pretty well, so like I know how to dial this in and what it's gonna do. I like that it's only 3 knobs. Same thing. I'm assuming this is a model of like the Boss distortion pedal, the orange one, right? I had this pedal for years on my guitar rig. I know exactly what it does. 3 knobs, very cool. So anyway, let's just continue this rundown here. No, these are all, nah, that's not in the pack, that's all other stuff. Couple good reverbs, right, that I liked for sure. Like this audio stage one, this is probably my favorite of the bunch. Just throw a little so you can hear. This is what I was talking about. There's some modulation built into this with like the room sound. Yeah, there's your flangers. Okay, cool. Alright, so this I see myself using. It wasn't like blowing my mind, but I also haven't gotten into it. Maybe it will blow my mind. But no, definitely solid, good option to have. Like that's probably the strongest thing with this whole deal is like it just gives you options. This is in the wrong folder. I gotta recategorize this. Whatever. But anyway, yeah, it's just good to have options to be able to A/B a lot of stuff. Like try this EQ, try that EQ. I was most excited about that, to be honest. Like all those EQs, oh heaven. So some good stereo plugins. Let me see. This is a pretty fruitful category, right? Like I was happy to have this. All this kind of like dedicated saturation stuff. This gets really crunchy if you push it. Ah. Yeah, this can get this black box thing. I could see myself using this also on just like drums or just something that I need to really hit hard. Maybe or a whole mix, you know. That I could see for sure is just some excitation, right? Let's see. You get a couple transient tools with this. Very helpful. This is like this SPL one is really good. Let me see here. This one. This is kind of like, yeah, they call it harshness control. I was using this in a couple things. It just, I'm pretty big on just like notching out kind of like resonant stuff and all that little crap that bothers you. This can do some of that automatically and a little differently than I would do it. And then it lets you put some excitement back in, right? So like something like this, I feel like a little bit goes kind of a long way. Again, mid-side control, very good. Yeah, I could see myself using this probably on, I could see myself using this on vocals or even like certain synths. Definitely. You know, right now it's not. This is a mix, so maybe like some of this kind of processing was already done to this, so it's not sounding particularly good here. But you know, I'd see myself using it, or probably more on individual tracks rather than a whole mix for that guy. Let's look at this Moverb thing. Dun dun dun. Reverb Enhancement. Oh, so I guess this is just like flattening a little bit. Okay. Cool. Not again. That's kind of handy. Not blowing my mind. Let's see what else we got. That's UAD. All right. Hawkeye. I already showed you that. Brainwork Solo. Oh yeah. This is just like this. I think this is a free plugin, but this just lets you solo mid and side. So if you want to build a custom mid side chain, you could use that to set that up. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and last but not least, you get some really cool synths with this thing. I'm always looking for new VSTs and that kind of stuff. Like this thing, goddamn, right? This is a very interesting synthesizer that I want to spend some time with. Seems like it's kind of set up for like EDM sort of writing, but let me see if I could just get some sounds out of this for you. Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds great. Like, it has some cool like this glitch sequence. It's cool, right? Basically, I think this is like some it's like a beat repeat, yeah, RP repeat plugin, right? And then you could dial in different. Let me just get a little sequence going here. No, I'm just going quickly, like randomly. But basically, it lets you dial in the amount of various effects in a sequence, right? And then you can get to a very different place. This is probably the most like standout feature of this synth, just right out of the box. I definitely use a lot of these like kind of synthesized, sequency, like can't put your finger on it sort of sounds in my music. So this, I mean, you could knock stuff like that out all day, and some of the presets are good. This is cool. Yeah, Big Crush. Yeah, that's always a good sign when I want to play around with it, like right out of the bat. What else? The sequences in this are pretty cool too. Let me just fire one up, random one. Yeah. Nice little preset. Yeah. All right. Cool. So definitely, I've already used this synth on some stuff, so this is worth it. Let me see. What's the other one? The Oberhausen. Yeah, I guess this is just a model of some Oberheim whatever, you know. It sounds great. Goddamn. Like this feels like hardware actually. Oh, yeah, yeah, just the sound coming off this is for a VST is freaking great. Let me just go through some presets. Weird, I love it. This is a really nice patch. Go up an octave. Beautiful, right? Again, when I'm inclined to play around with something right away, that's usually meaning I'm having fun and sounding good. So, great synth. This is the third one. There's only 3 synths that come in this pack, but it's good. So this is kind of like a modular inspired digital thing. That's not particularly. There's some wild sounds in here in the presets, and just this is one I feel like I need to really just dig into to figure out. Like I'm just fucking around with this at this point. I don't really have like an intuitive feel for how to use this guy yet. Like all this stuff where you can just add in whatever filters, and like, I don't know how to get rid of them. Let's turn them off. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So there's all this stuff that you can just add, all these different effects and whatnot. So, but let's just play around with some presets so you can hear it. All right. Cool. Yeah, sounds great. It sounds very digital, but I like it. Cool patch. Yeah, whoa, some of these get crazy. Cool. Let me just try. Oh, this is very pretty. Woo! Oh, I'm gonna use this. Throw some jungle drums under that. God damn, it sounds great. Anyway, I'm playing around. I'm getting off track here. So anyway, that's pretty much the whole overview of everything that I really enjoyed about this. Like I said, just a quick recap at the end, right? You know, we have heavy EQ, a lot of compressor, a lot of stuff to color sounds, some really good mastering plugins, couple synths, and some utility stuff. Lots of mid-side possibilities. So, anyway, that's what's in the box for this this Plugin Alliance bundle. I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm super excited. I would say if you're on the fence about it, just do it, or do the month-to-month plan. It's more expensive. But I think it's worth it. Like, if you're going to use this a couple days a week, you know, to buy all this, it would be a lot of money. Or maybe you do it for a year and then just buy the ones that you use a lot. If you're not using the whole pack, like, I'm sure there's going to be stuff here that sits that I don't really use. And at the end, I'm going to have to evaluate how much of this stuff kind of makes it into my, you know, my processing chains or whatever. So, anyway, this is Hot Wobble signing off. Just a quick overview. Just let me know if you want to see reviews of any of these particular plugins. I'm going to do them. Just let me know what you want to see. All right? Don't forget to follow, all that fun stuff. All right, peace.